Well, good evening and thanks for joining us for another edition of News 360. It is live from the News Hub here at Adesa Wekanda. I am Portia Gabo. My
name is Alfred Okansi. Coming up tonight.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by Deluxy Superfix Tile Cement, Heaven Insecticide Spray and Coil,
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste,
and Apa Foods.
My Life Insurance.
And tonight, state files charges against Joe Jache Quaison after Cape Coast High Court rules his 2020 parliamentary election victory now and void.
And also coming up, 3-year trial of former Cocoa Board boss Dr. Kwabno Puni and CEO of Agriculture Ghana, Seidu Agongo, for causing financial loss to the state to start all over as Supreme Court orders Justice Clemens Honyanuga to stop hearing the case.
Also tonight, hepatitis B prevalence in Ghana shoots up from 12.3% in 2019 to 13% in 2020.
Well, coming up in business news, Ghana Stock Exchange ended 2020 with a surplus of 23.46 million cedis compared to the 8.43 million in 2019.
And on the international front, United States scientists say China is expanding its capacity to store and launch nuclear missiles. We're sports and entertainment as well. We're live on 23 Ghana on Facebook, DSTV channel 279, all across the world on 3news.com.
We first begin from Parliament, where the minority has described the High Court ruling declaring the election of Joe Quaison as MP for Asin North as null and void as a travesty of justice, noting the NDC will challenge the ruling. Speaking to the media in Parliament, Haruna Idrisu says the ruling would adversely affect cooperation in the legislature.
We in the minority remain unshaken. We are confident that it is our seat, it will remain our seat. Our first is to use the same legal processes and legal forum and opportunities available within the Constitution. We will contest the ruling. The judge erred both in law and in fact. It's a travesty of justice. But what is worrying, we don't want to believe that the courts of Ghana have been captured and that the courts of Ghana have become forums being used surreptitiously to tilt the balance of power. We are equal, 137, 137. What is happening is the courts now being used to tilt the balance of power and to weaken time-tested historical notion of checks and balances. We are told that even when the Supreme Court of Ghana directed the Honorable Quaison and his legal team to go and file appropriate legal motions for the matter to be referred to the Supreme Court, he was denied that. Danger begets our democracy with the developments happening. But as I've assured you, we remain unshaken, we remain very resolved, and cooperation will suffer.
As expected, the majority in Parliament is also called the bluff of the minority leader, Haruna Idrisu. The Majority Chief Whip Frank Anodompreh says the majority has been vindicated over events prior to the election of a Speaker of Parliament for this 8th Parliament.
That is his wild dream. We believe that we set out to serve the people of this country, and let no any member of this chamber think that he has powers of his own. It is the people of this country who has given us the mandate to represent them. So if you are not going to do the bidding of the people of this country, and government is projecting an agenda to bring welfare to the people of this country, and they are going to prosecute an obstructionist agenda, so be it. But we are determined to ensure that the welfare promised by His Excellency the President and the agenda of delivering welfare to the good people of this country, we will do it. It's important for us to recognize that, if you recall, even before we were sworn in to be part of the 8th Parliament, ab initio in the chamber, we as members of the majority had raised issue of eligibility related to the Asin North Member of Parliament elect then. If you recall, there were dramatic representation even from our side, and we had cautioned the implication of that decision for the member to sit in and be part of that decision making on that day. Each one of you will bear witness. And so today we have been vindicated.
Well, it does not end in Parliament. The Asin North MP is in more trouble. The embattled NDC former Asin North MP will have to answer more questions after High Court in Cape Coast declared the polls that elected him in the 2020 parliamentary election as null and void. The Central Regional Secretary of the NPP, Michael Ankomanimfa, has also filed a fresh criminal case against Joe Jechi Kwesen. The complaints filed at the case are the CID of the Ghana Police Service to investigate his participation in the election of the Speaker of Parliament. NPP youth organizer Henry Nanabuachi told the media in Cape Coast after the ruling.
Regional Secretary, on one case, I'm making a formal complaint to the police CID.
Our Regional Secretary, Michael Ankuma Techi, has made a formal complaint to the police CID that the former Asin North MP has broken Ghana's electoral laws. So the police is to investigate and bring him before the law courts.
Following this case, Kingsley, let's go to the Asin North constituency now. Gauge the mood then after this court ruling earlier today. And my colleague Eric J is in the constituency. He joins me via Zoom. Eric, good evening to you. Now I can see you there with the traders, even at this time of the night. What is the reaction and the atmosphere there in Asin North?
Thank you very much, Alfred. So we've been in the Asin North constituency. We actually are in the district capital, Asin Breku, and we've been here for the past 3 hours, and reactions have been coming in thick and fast and very much. When we came, we first went to the constituency office of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, where we met hosts of supporters visibly angry. We're numbering about 100 and more. They were so not happy with the court ruling today. They think that what happened today is in violation of the will of the good people of the Asin North. So they think that something ought to be done. They know that all what they want is that they think that the man should continue representing them in Parliament. We moved to the constituency office of the New Patriotic Party, and the office was deserted. It was 5 minutes later, then a gentleman approached us and introduced himself as the constituency communications officer. He told us that the reason why there was nobody in the office is that before today's ruling, they had told their supporters not to come around, but to stay in their houses should the ruling go in their favor, because they don't want them to do anything that will inflame passion. But let us hear what others also have to say about today's ruling. You
can see from the atmosphere that each and everyone here is speak for the issue. So from the look at things, you can observe it by yourself. So it's not easy for us at all.
But because this is a constituency office, obviously most of them will be NDC members.
Not NDC members. You can just see from around, and you can see the atmosphere in the community. You see, I think since 3 days today, in fact, there was no peace here. The whole community and the whole constituency, we are beef about what is going on. So it's not only the NDC people. Disappointed the ruling. One, I don't know if is it before or after filing that you're qualified to be MP? So as a student of law, I'm waiting for the full verdict of the court ruling. And with this issue, these are the willing of the people. These are the voices of the people of Asin North. We have gone through so many troubles, and this time, and we have got our honorable. There's no way they should be denied of what they are right. So I'm appealing with the authorities. Justice 9, Justice 3. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
For the first place, as I said, it is Ghana that has won, and it is Asin North that has won. You see, we don't know much about the law, so it is the law of the state or the nation that has spoken. So if the law has spoken, we the ordinary people have nothing to say about it, and we know that from our layman's perspective, that is what the law says. So if it has gone in that way, I mean, we know that is how it's supposed to be, so we are all happy.
Well, so Eric, before I let you go, you are in the district capital. So do you see people still jubilating and agitated as you witnessed earlier in the day?
Not at all. Not at all, Alfred. Before we came on air, I was so angry, but nobody was angry. What I know is that if I can let the camera pan to my right, a couple of young men around. This appears to be a station, and momentarily they'll be talking about what happened this morning. But for most of them that I spoke to a few minutes before I came on air, they told me that they think that today's ruling will not affect their fortunes too much. What they want is the development of the district capital, because if you come to the district capital, the roads are in a very deplorable state to the extent that this place cannot be called a district capital. Again, some of them say that they know that efforts are being made to get some roads rehabilitated. That should be the concern of government and the district assembly. For them, the court has spoken, and they think that all of them should accept what the court has spoken, so that the peace that they've been enjoying here in Asin North will continue after.
Wonderful. Thank you, Erica J. It's a man is in the Asin North constituency. Because reactions there's going to be there for a while, but Portia, so the burden now of who bears the process of verifying information, declared by candidates seeking an election in this country. Who bears that burden?
We'll get to know in the coming days.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, private legal practitioner Justice Abdullahi says a clear interpretation of the law on renunciation of citizenship of a candidate by the Supreme Court is needed urgently, despite the decision by the NPP to initiate criminal charges against Joe Quayson. He says political parties and the Electoral Commission have a role to play in checking the authenticity of information declared by persons seeking to contest elections in Ghana. Well, he spoke earlier to Alfred Okansi.
There is no guarantee that we are going to have the kind of robust parliament that we sought for. The second, we are going to spend a lot of money to conduct yet fresh elections, to elect another member of parliament that we do not even know how best or how good he could even perform. Then the biggest loss to the immediate family. If this man gets prosecuted by the state, that's going to be even the biggest of all the losses. More so when you take into consideration the fact that the state may already be lacing his boot to come after him on criminal charges, because this would amount to an election crime, and like Adamu Sakandi, he probably may also be prosecuted, and if convicted, may also serve a prison sentence. So he will, considering all these factors before taking a decision. I'm not sure he's just a loose cannon. He would consider a lot of factors before determining the way forward.
If you look at how elections are conducted in this country, someone decides to contest for an election, belongs to a political party, they go through primaries, and then elected after the primaries, then goes through campaign. The Electoral Commission actually certifies the candidature of this person to contest an election. The person goes through the election, wins the election, sworn into parliament. Are there not checks along the way through this process, every step of the way, to check the nationality of these persons who put themselves up for elections in this country?
See, exactly the issue about my earlier campaign for the political parties to be circumspect and do proper due diligence on their candidates. All these things should have been fished out at the time. But see, when people are contesting or yearning to contest, there are completely different considerations that go into it. And so the political parties are more interested in winning the seat. That is the focus. And so they are more interested in the kind of candidates that can bring home victory.
There's going to be more on this on 3news.com, but away from that, the 3-year trial of former Cocoa Board boss Dr. Kwabena Opunih and CEO of Agriculture Ghana, Seydou Agongo, for causing financial loss to the state will have to start all over again. This is because of a Supreme Court ruling ordering Justice Clement Honyenuga to stop hearing the case for another judge to take over. My colleague Godfrey Tenam sat through the proceedings. Brings to this report.
The 5-member panel of the Apex Court, presided over by Justice Jones Victor Duche, ruled that Justice Honyenuga, a justice of the Supreme Court, is prohibited from continuing with the trial at the High Court. The 3-2 majority decision also granted the request for portions of the ruling on the submission of no case to be quashed. The reason for the decision will be made available at the court registry by Friday, July 30. The application, which was initially filed at the High Court, was a motion on notice for the trial judge, Justice Clement Jackson Honyenuga, to recuse himself. A second application, which was filed at the Court of Appeal, was a repeat application for a stay of proceedings pending the determination of an appeal at the High Court. The parties in the matter filed the repeat application after the High Court dismissed the initial application to stay proceedings pending an appeal. The High Court ordered Dr. Opunih and Seydou Agongo, the Chief Executive Officer of Agriculture Ghana Limited, to open their defense after the state had established a prima facie case against them. In the accusation, the former Cocoa Board CEO said the judge stated in open court that he had to complete the case quickly to enable him to concentrate on his duties at the Supreme Court, as the case had been pending for the past 3 years, thereby affecting his work in the Supreme Court. Dr. Opunih and 2 others have pleaded not guilty to charges including causing financial loss to the state in the Litovit fertilizer procurement. Godfrey Tanam, TV3 News, Accra.
So with the 3-year trial to start all over again, let me now give you a brief background on why the parties are in court. So former Cocoa Board CEO and Agriculture Ghana Limited CEO Seydou Agongo are standing trial together with Agriculture Ghana Limited for allegedly causing the state to lose over 217 million cedis in a cocoa fertilizer transaction. A total of 27 charges have been leveled against the ex-Cocoa Board CEO, with 2 others also finding themselves in the same position. Now, the 2 others, that Seydou Agongo and Agriculture Ghana Limited, were charged for their roles in causing financial loss to the state. Some of the charges leveled against Dr. Opunih include money laundering, violation of procurement laws, as well as defrauding by false pretenses. They have both pleaded not guilty to the charges and are on a 300,000 self-recognizance bail each. So, Alfred, will bring viewers definitely update on this as and when they happen.
Certainly, it starts all over again. But away from the courts, the Minister for Roads and Highways has directed that trotro stations operating under the Pokwase interchange be relocated immediately. He has cautioned also traders and hawkers to stay away from the roads, as they also could be arrested eventually.
The Roads Minister, with support from the Greater Accra Regional Minister, Henry Korti, were at the interchange following reports that some drivers and traders have taken over the shoulders of the road, slowing down traffic. Within a short while, the whole area was cleared of unauthorized activities. But that is not the only challenge. As aside drivers parking on the shoulders of the road, people are beginning to paste posters on the place. We later drew the two ministers' attention about the filth that has engulfed the area.
The Operation Killing Your Frontage will kick in. When it kicks in, there's a plan to provide concrete bins along the principal streets. We'll get there.
Are they supposed to be parking here?
This is not a parking place. It's just to drop people and take off. But it will mean introducing some cameras to monitor the vehicles, because we want to eliminate the human intervention like it's done in Europe. No human intervention. The camera is there, you are captured, and then once your number is captured, through DVLA, we send you a ticket, then you go and pay.
It's going to be done across the country or just this place?
No, but we have to start from somewhere.
The roads minister later directed drivers under the interchange to relocate.
You are not supposed to park your cars there, particularly this interchange. Obianye attempt, sir. Obemesi up, waha.
Drivers say even though they know they are doing the wrong thing, they don't have any other place to pick passengers. They want the ministry and the assembly to give them time to relocate. Joseph Armstrong, Gold Alugbe, TV3. Pokwase Interchange, Accra.
Well, today is World Hepatitis Day, and the cost of hepatitis B treatment in Ghana continues to remain a barrier as the disease is not covered under the National Health Insurance Scheme, with the 2020 hepatitis B prevalence rate currently at 13%, comparing to 12.3% in 2019. There are calls for urgent attention from government and other stakeholders to curb infections and deaths.
The virus is most commonly transmitted from mother to child during birth, as well as through contact with blood or other body fluids during sex with an infected partner, unsafe injections, or exposures to sharp instruments. The incubation period for the hepatitis B virus ranges from 30 to 180 days and can survive outside the body for at least 7 days. During this time, the virus can still cause infection if it enters the body of a person who is not protected by the vaccine. President of the Hepatitis Foundation of Ghana, Theobald Owusu-Ansah, explained that though the symptoms of hepatitis B are similar to malaria, most patients do not show symptoms.
Most of the time when you go to hospital, they will test you for malaria, and they will even treat you for malaria, whilst maybe it is hepatitis B. So the symptoms, it's not everybody who will show the symptoms, only few people will show the symptoms. The symptoms is jaundice, loss of appetite, tiredness. All these things are part of the symptoms. So the symptoms are few, but only few people who show the symptoms, but majority doesn't show any symptoms.
However, the cost of treatment of HBV is dire, as it is not covered under the National Health Insurance Scheme. Herbal medicines are often preferred more broadly because they are easily accessible, less expensive, perceived as effective and convenient.
There's a lot of perception that hepatitis is a spiritual disease, hepatitis is that, hepatitis is this. Hepatitis treatment is very expensive. Very, very expensive. The viral load itself is 500 Ghana cedis every 6 months. You have to go and do it. Liver function test, 80 Ghana cedis every month, every 6 months or 3 months. You have to go and do it. And the profile test, you go to this private lab, you are paying 250 for those tests.
This year's World Hepatitis Day is on the theme, Hepatitis Can't Wait. WHO has set the year 2030 to eliminate hepatitis globally. But is Ghana on the path towards attaining this goal?
Bountiful Technologies and Bountiful STEM Educational Foundation, in partnership with Growth Institute and World Reader, have organized a STEM and e-reading workshop for teachers in the Agona West Municipality of the Central Region. The workshop at Agona Swidro was also to enhance the use of technology and other innovative approaches in teaching.
The pre-service educational robotics and e-library teachers training workshop duly launched.
The two-day workshop focused on equipping teachers with practical skills in handling STEM classes and also to get students to develop interest in STEM education. The Deputy Education Minister, Honorable Reverend Intimfojo, underscored the importance of STEM education.
Technology is more than ever before driving our way of life, how things, products are sold and marketed and on various e-platforms. It's all driven by technology. Technology is driving education. At the advent of COVID-19, education had to embrace technology in every part of the world. Even churches, the way churches are run, are now largely driven by technology.
The Executive Director and founder of Bountiful Technologies and Bountiful STEM Educational Foundation, Seth Ogo, outlined the vision and mission of the organization and foundation.
We are looking at computer science, we are looking at engineering, which is design. We're also looking at biomedical, where the kids will be thinking about to go into biomedical engineering. So one of our key motivation is to create that ecosystem of students that won't be afraid to go into the sciences.
MP for Aguna West, Cynthia Morrison, pledged to support the initiative and help unearth problem-addressing skills of the students. The workshop was on the theme, making STEM education accessible and developing reading habits among the rising generation.
You're watching News 360 live from the News Hub here at Adesawe Kanda. We have the very latest in the world of business news coming up shortly. Don't go away.
Zoom right here in my house. Hey,
look up there. Why are you using inferior pen?
It was a mistake. I no check.
I'm going to knock you out.
I know, sir.
You deserve quality.
Don't make mistake. Stop.
You did the right thing.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint mo champion.
Mommy.
Mama Josie.
Ah, fe.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Choco toothpaste, healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Choco toothpaste, Sankofa.
Yenchi, Kel Choco toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Customer, I just want my bone. 1 minute. Kweku sharp. Eso afama de be me. Oh, sharp kra. Hey, I'm just going and them no that sushi skill. Kweku sharp. Oh, wait there, oh yeah. On to say back on the music dwane ye no. Say nti na boda for cash. What is any insurance? A boom, I want my future son. And no one is a watching phone. No dial star 462 hash. No register. Get me and sir. So dial star 462 hash. Now register. No one chase the capital our person this year. Or so me. If you turn Ghana airport. What signs in your life insurance? I want my future son. Accident. And also what to one. My future bebo. Sika kitu every to say 2 Ghana cedis. I would back out savings month. Any my future idea. Ayo. My future about my no me. For phone, na dial star 462 hash. I want Vodafone so never come home. My future. Obi ni mo china 70. Fabicie.
Vodafone so nkwa na to me my future, my life, and a Millennium Insurance and a Brewo.
Can you John, boy, I don't know. That's not your wife.
Or calling. Every time your children are falling sick, you don't have money.
Stop, everyone. Baby.
Stop.
What's that TBBR for tonight? I like that sweet-scented insecticide spray. Little bit of the porch. Now do we have pretty living room home? Bedroom what you hear? Me love you, me baby. Although you're dead. Of course, I take very good care of my wife and children. So I always win. If you want to protect your family against mosquitoes, there's still this sweet-scented perfume coil now. I repel mosquitoes. I know a man who say baby. And the spray, also sweet-scented. It kills all crawling and flying insects. Heaven insecticide. Oh, sharp no. Prevention is always better than Maunsanka or Heaven insecticide spray. And then the coil, if you say heaven, dear.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the
I love football. Football can be a dirty game, on or off the pitch. I'm trying to score at a party, stains find a way of tracking me down. But I don't worry at all because I have CleanSoft. Use new CleanSoft 360 Deep Clean, a unique formula with active ingredients and enzymes that gets rid of all stubborn stains and leaves your clothes smelling wonderful.
CleanSoft, my favorite.
CleanSoft 360 Deep Clean, clean all.
I wish you well on your new job and place. Be fine.
Hello, Grandpa.
My grandson, I learned you are leaving your father's hacienda to go and increase your standard of living to an astronomical quotient. Just go Why? This is my pneumatological aberration from the Abinkunabolis to the eschatological divinity. I bought you these from the Makers Electronics Company Limited.
My son, when you receive your first salary, make sure so make it to Mikako, the Makers Electronics Company Limited.
The Makers up to 67% discount for the Makers Electronics Company Limited. 055 22 22 253. The Makers Electronics Company Limited. Large and in charge with quality but affordable home appliances and consumer electronics.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN, Roma Insecticide Spray and Coil,
West Hills Ridge Property, Eden Heights,
Lufat.
Let's do business now. My name is Eton Amse. The Ghana Stock Exchange ended 2020 with a surplus of 23.46 million cedis compared to the 8.46 million in 2019. This represents a 278% increase and the highest earnings since its 30 years of existence.
The Ghana Stock Exchange had a record-setting year across its markets despite the challenging times faced by capital markets across the world amidst the coronavirus pandemic. The GSE Composite Index closed the year with good points. The market capitalization for all listed securities ended the year with 54.37 billion cedis, with the debt market experiencing a sterling performance in excess of 108 million in volumes traded, representing a 95% increase in the 2019 volume in excess of 55 million. Managing Director of the Ghana Stock Exchange, Eko Afeji, attributes this to innovation introduced on the stock market.
Normally, we do make good financial performance as a result of the increased activities on the market. So if you take last year, the bond market crossed over 100 billion mark. But the most interesting thing is the index. When now the index is in a positive zone, and that's what investors like to see.
Chairman of the Council of the Exchange, Anselm Soa, called on managers of the exchange to ensure the exchange is demutualized to ensure vibrant trading on the markets.
We hope that the demutualization will be completed by 2023 because we think it is very, very important so that people effectively own the stock exchange rather than it being a national asset. We want to break away from that and have freedom within the stock exchange.
The annual general meeting of the exchange also voted to change the name of the exchange to GSE Public Limited by guarantee, GSE PLBG, as part of processes towards demutualizing.
Congratulations to the Ghana Stock Exchange. Enterprise Life has partnered the Association of Ghana Industries to update businesses on the need to ensure their products and services, especially in the COVID era. At the inaugural Advantage Knowledge Forum, industry players shared insights on how to remain relevant as well as take advantage of opportunities under the AFCFTA.
The Advantage Knowledge Forum was on the theme Building Business Agility and Growth for AFCFTA in the Post-COVID Era. Various captains of industry had their turns on the relevance of the theme. Minister of State in charge of Finance, Charles Dubois, noted government's objectives in creating economic freedom for Ghanaians.
We envisage the CARES program will enable us to boldly build back better and greener, paying greater attention to inclusive growth, especially in digitalization, gender, health, agriculture, affordable housing, industrial processing, and service delivery.
CEO of Enterprise Group Kelly Gajekbo indicated that COVID and AFCTA are some of the most critical occurrences in the past decades.
Two things that will ever happen in this decade, and particularly AFCTA is just starting. It has great potential for so many things. 1.3 billion people, that's way more than 26 million Ghanaians. So all of a sudden we're looking at a market that we need to go understand and then be able to take advantage of. Of course, as for COVID, we know what it is. If you don't innovate or strategize around what to do post-COVID, you'll be in trouble. So,
Chairman of the Greater Accra Regional Chapter of AGI, Chwenam Akpelo, underscored the need for such forum to encourage and sensitize its members.
The maiden edition of the virtual MTN iOBA hackathon has been launched. The overall winner will receive a cash prize of 20,000 cedis.
The iOBA app is a messaging platform that has over 1 million Ghanaian users and is a part of MTN's Ambition 2025 digital agenda.
iOBA can be used in a variety of local and foreign languages. Some of these include Pidgin English, Hausa, French, English, and Twi. Also, users can send and receive text, voice, and media messages with any of their contacts, regardless of device or network. Since the launch of iOBA in April last year in Ghana, we have reached over 1 million local monthly active users.
This virtual hackathon, open to Ghanaian developers and SMEs, is intended to introduce iOBA as a platform for developers and the super app to third parties. The Chief Marketing Officer of MTN, Noel Kojo Gansen, explained the opportunities that the hackathon would present.
There are different strengths to digital ambition of a country as a business and as a people. There are different arms to it, and for us, we see that once we are able to partner the developer community, we're giving them a base, a reach of their customer base, so that they can also showcase their talent, showcase their work for an adoption of the customer base.
The hackathon would give developers a chance to get creative and launch services through micro apps.
And remember that the media budget review will be live here on TV3 on 3FM 92.7, Onua FM and Onua TV, and all our affiliates across the country also will be live on 3news.com. My name is Eton Amsi, and that'll be it for Business for tonight. See you tomorrow at 10 a.m.
If you wake up and don't want to smile, if it takes just a little while, open your eyes and just look at the day. You know you'll see things in a different way. Oh, don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here.
The show was a jar of bar and a dim.
The groom is sick.
What?
Malaria.
Malaria. Lufat. Lufat.
Injija woman malaria and kawan to them. Lufat, a malaria drop a cope.
And now you may kiss the bride.
Entrance Pharmaceuticals and Research Center. And I Lufat. Lufat, a two malaria sententem. FDA,
Have you heard of Eden Heights, a luxury gated residential development located in the heart of Accra West, just behind West Hills Mall? It's Accra's best kept secret, a master planned community of modern styled apartments and penthouses bearing the superior seal of grade A finishing. Eden Heights promises residents convenience, security, and comfort. For an all-inclusive and self-contained living experience, Eden Heights is your best choice. You are guaranteed a wide variety of social and recreational conveniences right at your doorstep, including open green spaces, soccer pitch, swimming pools, tennis court, fitness center, playgrounds, and entertainment facilities. Reserve your luxury apartment on our limited promotional offer with just 25,000 CDs. Call 050-1531-444 for more information and to book a viewing. Terms and conditions apply. Eden Heights, welcome home.
Should you rumor to me?
Tonton Master, a baby, you are now. Here's what I have to. Roma insecticide spray at that Roma. Entafre, entatia, make a cheha. No way. You make no. And Tonton Bako crown panel. And also a pussy. Roma insecticide spray and mosquito coil. And out there we a show. Roma,
Roma and Tonton Master.
For generations, Ghanaians have had one thing in common, and that's the way we start our day. Wherever your day will take you, start with the energy from Cadbury Richoco, made from the finest Ghanaian cocoa.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hello there. We know what matters today, don't we? Hurry up. Follow safety measures. Drive for hours. Grab a perfect spot. Park smoothly. And then visit another shop and scroll for the opportunities. Tap to pay. Enjoy that extra reward. Get 10% extra cash back when you pay with Visa. How you pay matters.
Mama.
Me, I will know.
I can't stand it.
Just a moment. And now power, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jack Macron, no more. It's your cannot guess there. Harry, you contumre. What a clean tomato sauce, I want you, baby. And a pasadine for box with salad yet. Hey, you stew and a jollofa. Never to the one that don't know it though. Or to that. And a bowl of ya, or made to bunny a doa. You want a pass rice sauce? Check for you, sir. Oh, more tasty. And a baked beans for the breakfast. That's all a salad, oh, she and a patuna. Which are the puffle? That's all a salad, oh, taste good. And a parliamentary creamer for box who's so kinsey, oats, na cremitino. You and a spaghetti. Talia Papa B. Mansunin Sijadu Re. Nafa and a spaghetti the goo. What and a pataliano are you ready for watching? On you with you. So yeah, no pa, no so good. Dem boy FBA Ashishim Ajatu.
Sports segment is brought to you by
Kel Kids Toothpaste.
Hello, good evening. Let's do sports news now here on NEWS360. My name is Yao Ofusulabi. Now, Ghana winger Christian Achu has admonished young footballers who get call-ups to the Black Stars to give off their best for the flag and for the country. The winger, who has now signed for Al Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, believes competition for places in the Black Stars team is huge and it should be enough motivation for any young player who is given the nod.
Congratulations to all Dewa NLA 539 direct winners for tonight. See you same time tomorrow. Be the next winner. Simply dial *446# and select option 1 to play Dewa NLA 539 direct. You can also play at selected lotto kiosks across the country. Dewa NLA 539 direct. Afa winning no. It's show. Kale, yeah, con direct. Now what's this saying? With Dewa NLA 539 direct, you only have to select up to 5 numbers from 1 to 39. To play, dial *446# across all mobile networks and select option 1. With a minimum of 2 Ghana cedis, you can bet on direct 1. Match the first number and win 20 times your stake. Direct 2. Match 2 numbers and win 45 times your stake. Direct 3. Match 3 numbers and win 400 times your stake. Direct 4. Match 4 and win 5,000 times your stake. Direct 5. Match all 5 numbers to win 50,000 times your stake. The more you play, the more you win. Look out for the draw results on TV3 News at 7 p.m. Win easy, win every day with Dewa NLA 539 direct. Afa, win you know, it choke.
Whoever you're doing it for, we'll help you get it done. Simply. That's Africanacity. That's APSA.
Dad, I think Mom knows more about kids than you do. Oh, yes, and she knows more about nutrients.
What are you trying to say?
Yes, Mommy loves me better than you do.
What's in your banicano?
What's it then? Mom, I was only telling him more milk is the ideal for a complete and balanced diet. It is loaded with nutrients. It has a good source of essential minerals, vitamins, and rich in calcium. It has given me stronger bones and teeth.
So they also get stronger bones and teeth.
Momo milk, enriched instant milk powder. For bulk purchase, contact 059 691 3366. This advert is FDA approved.
Let me see you make your move. Do it all, do it all, do it all.
But on those days, I compromise it all. Either my skin is sensitive or my back's against the wall.
You can have it all. What? Always brings it all.
Okay.
Get tall with new Always Twin-1. Feather-like softness overall, even on the wings, girl. And rapid dry channels.
Let me see you make a move. Be it all, do it all, have it all.
Always Twin-1 feathery soft.
I'm at the station. Please, can you give me the direction?
Ask anyone.
Okay, madam.
Madam Panchi Peach.
Why you go Panchi Peach? Corso Road. Now, where is number 4 and Numde Avenue?
Croissant! Front right, sharp left.
Please, direct me to number 4 and Numde Avenue.
Croissant!
One fine you go Panchi Peach. And give me direction to number 4 and Numde Avenue.
Croissant!
Please, can you direct me to number 24 Numde Avenue?
Keep going with the goodness of the new Fan Yogo Panchi Peach. So cool, so good.
Introducing Nestle Milo All-in-One Nutrimix. The goodness of malt, milk and cocoa in Milo, and even more milk. Just add to water and enjoy the perfect cup of winning energy.
Milo! Milo! This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
To help fight the spread of germs, learn Lifebuoy's hand washing habits. Wash hands with soap or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Together, let's help fight the spread of germs in Africa.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Puma Drinks. I'm Anita Ikuye-Kufu in entertainment this evening. As part of its Titans of Industry series, the Akwaba 360 Group has unveiled an artwork honoring and officially inviting American stand-up comedian and actor David Chappelle to Ghana. The gesture is in line with efforts to promote arts, business and culture by connecting the returning diaspora community and their Ghanaian counterparts.
Oh, and I want to see it before I leave to travel to move to Ghana. Because I'm going to do that. You're going to move permanently to Ghana? I am.
American singer and record producer Stevie Wonder in February this year confirmed he would be relocating to Ghana permanently because of racism in the United States. Months later, Grammy Award-winning stand-up comedian Dave Chappelle has also disclosed he would follow Stevie Wonder to Ghana to establish a comedy club. Even before he makes the move, the Aquaba 360 group has unveiled an artwork to honor and welcome Chappelle, known popularly as the comedy genius of America.
I will give Tony the honors of unveiling the
Genera Moore is a co-founder of Aquaba 360.
Chappelle, yes, he is one of the top comedians in the world, and he is moving to Ghana. So we wanted to welcome him, and how we welcome him is with artwork made of kente cloth. So he's going to be honored of this, and this is only the beginning. When he comes, we're going to invite him, and we're going to give it to him. This is a gift for him.
We want to make sure that we give credit to the artist Kuma. Kuma does extraordinary artwork, and what he does is he features iconic people in his artwork, and he takes African fabrics. So things that you would find that's just thrown away in a tailor's shop, he takes it and makes these extraordinary pieces. So we take these pieces and we use it as a megaphone and a call out to people in the diaspora that are celebrated. So Chappelle, we unveiled tonight.
The Aquaba 360 group is urging the celebrity world and the returning diaspora community to move to Ghana, establish and invest in businesses.
The owner of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, is moving here. We might do one for him. We're doing this to bring a lot of investment and continue to grow the marketplace of Ghana. I encourage anybody that's thinking about coming or on the fence, just come for a visit, and the rest will take care of itself.
Now, manager of the Nzulezu tourist site in the Western region, Frank Ezoble, has revealed that the number of visitors has reduced drastically due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We were doing more than 2,000 visitors, both local and foreign tourists, in a month. But when the COVID-19 struck, we have not been able to do even half of this number. He further said that he also lamented on their biggest challenge, which has to do with the canal stretching from the main office to where the canal enters the river leading to the Nzulezu village. He appealed to government to dredge the canal, stressing that when the canal is dredged, we will get water all year round, and that will facilitate and improve our work. That's it for entertainment this evening. We'll be back with international news. Have a good evening.
Phantom X, new elite flagship. Be bold, be extraordinary.
It's time to believe in you. We are changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. And in the valleys, keep your head up high. Dare to dream with Puma drinks. Puma, yeah. Believe it, you can achieve. Puma, oh yeah. Clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make we start the bliss. Oh yeah, come alive. Let me hear you.
Puma drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Now you can be part of the extraordinary world of endless possibilities on Vodafone. With the best value and amazing data offers and services available in Ghana, your dreams are achievable. Get more for less with Vodafone data. Vodafone, together we can.
Kellogg's Moons and Stars. Astro Coco, where is the Milky Way?
It's this way. And where there's moons and chocolatey stars,
That's where the fun starts.
mission begin.
Yay!
Mission accomplished.
Yummy! So milky and chocolatey.
Introducing Kellogg's Moons and Stars.
This advert is FDA approved.
Day by day men, strong and refined. The skincare you deserve. Dream.
On the international front, U.S. scientists say China is expanding its capacity to store and launch nuclear missiles. Satellite images from Xinjiang province in the west of the country suggest it is building a nuclear missile silo field. And reports from the Federation of American Scientists say U.S. defense officials have expressed concern about China's nuclear buildup. It is the second new silo field reported to be under construction in western China in the last 2 months.
There's more news on 3news.com. Join me as the rest of the team tomorrow morning on 3FM 92.7 from 5:50 a.m. to 10 a.m. My name is Alfred Okansi.
And I am Portia.